At least 50 streamers red-tagging presidential candidate and Vice President Robredo are placed on treason posts around the government center in Palo, Leyte on Monday morning, March 28. The attack comes the day before her campaign sortie in the province. The streamers link Robredo to the Communist Party of the Philippines or CPP, the National Democratic Front or NDF, and the New People's Army or NPA, alleging Robredo is in an alliance with the insurgents. Officials of the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict or NTF-LCAC and supporters of President Rodrigo Duterte and Robredo's presidential race rival Ferdinand Marcos Jr. have stepped up attacks against the vice president during the 2022 elections campaign. Meanwhile, Robredo and her running mate Senator Kiko Pangilinan also barnstormed two provinces of Samar Island on Monday, March 28.
Dito sa Northern Samar, lalo na po dito sa tatlong probinsya, dito po sa Samar, napakahalaga kung sino yung pipiliin natin sa susunod na eleksyon dahil ito yung magsasabi, mapapansin ba tayo ng susunod na administrasyon?
The Lenny-Kiko tandem promises to an estimated crowd of 70,000 in Qatar-Man that they will prioritize their infrastructure and agriculture needs. The Villars Nacionalista Party formally endorses presidential bet Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and his running mate Sara Duterte. In a statement, party president and chairperson Manny Villar says Marcos Jr. and Duterte's message of unity is crucial in binding the country together. He adds the tandem's message of unity also inspires Filipinos as the Philippines rebuilds not only from the pandemic but also from the political chasm that divides it. The endorsement comes as no surprise since the Nacionalista Party has long been Marcos Jr.'s party before he switched to the 3-year-old Partido Federal ng Pilipinas, his official party in the 2022 elections. Aside from that, Villar's son, former Public Works Secretary Mark Villar, is on the Marcos-Duterte Uniteam senatorial slate and the slate of the PDP Laban Duterte faction. Manny Villar also says Marcos Jr. and Duterte both have platforms of government, qualifications, and track record to lead our country towards unity and prosperity. But of all the candidates, Marcos and Duterte have the least clear platforms. They have yet to publish a comprehensive roadmap of their plans, and their speeches, especially Marcos Jr.'s, are all about unity.
Need more context, clarity, and perspective? Get the full picture with Rappler Plus. With exclusive content and events, you'll get an opportunity to discuss issues with reporters, experts, and featured guests while helping Rappler continue its fearless journalism. Join now.
Amnesty International says the lack of accountability is paving the way for more unlawful killings and other human rights violations under the Philippine government's anti-drug campaign. In its 2021-2022 State of the World Human Rights Annual Report released Tuesday, March 29, Amnesty International says the Justice Department's review was woefully inadequate and failed to meet international standards. It also says the Justice Department's limited findings contradicted police claims that lethal force had been justified and confirmed violations documented by local and international human rights groups. Data from the government shows that 6,229 people were killed in police anti-drug operations from July 1, 2016 to January 31, 2022. The data does not include victims of vigilante-style killings, which human rights groups estimate to be between 27,000 and 30,000. Human rights organizations, both local and international, have consistently criticized the lack of accountability for the killing spree under Duterte's war on drugs. The International Criminal Court already began its formal investigation into drug war killings. BTS member Jungkook tests positive for COVID-19 on Monday, March 28. Big Hit Music announces in a statement, upon arriving in the United States, Jungkook experienced a slight throat discomfort, prompting him to take a PCR test. The 24-year-old singer flew to the USA in preparation for BTS Grammy Awards performance on Sunday, April 3. His agency did not provide definite details on how this will affect the idol's participation in the upcoming BTS events. The statement reads, Jungkook's participation in the later schedule in the United States will be determined by the local regulations on COVID-19 while we are actively in discussion with the awards organizer. All members of BTS have now had the COVID-19 virus at one point. BTS is also set to have a 4-day concert in Las Vegas Allegiant Stadium. Will Smith apologized to Chris Rock a day after slapping the comedian at the Oscar ceremony, which overshadowed the industry's top awards. On Instagram, Smith says his behavior at the televised ceremony was unacceptable and inexcusable. He says what he did to Chris was out of line and that he was wrong. Smith struck Rock in the face after the comedian made a joke about the appearance of Smith's wife. Rock, in a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, referenced the 1997 film G.I. Jane, in which actress Demi Moore shaved her head. Smith's wife has alopecia, a disease that causes hair loss. Smith, who won the Oscar for Best Actor, says jokes at his expense are part of the job, but a joke about his wife's medical condition was too much for him to bear. The actor also says he is embarrassed, and his actions were not indicative of the man he wants to be. Earlier, the Academy condemned Smith's actions and said it was reviewing the matter.